Hey guys, Wasfrick here to take a look at my original 1966 M17 field protective mask. Now I've had this particular example for a number of years now, but I've never made a specific review about this particular model of my M17. And I have this one, an M17A2, and then an M17A1, but I'm going to review my original M17. Now, the M17 was introduced in the early 1960s to replace the M9A1 series of gas masks. And key advantages of the M17 over the M9 are that it has a voice diaphragm and it has lenses with outserts, in addition to having cheek filters inside the mask, which results in a much lighter mask. I mean, this is at the time it was viewed, this was a significant advantage over the older M9, just in comfort and usability. Anyways, let's go ahead and get down to the review. So I have the mask itself, the face form for the mask, which is made of cardboard, ballistic outserts, and then I have the carrier bag, and I've got a manual somewhere else. Then this is just your standard M17 carrier, closes with 2 snaps, and just it's got some pockets for the manual, then a waterproofing bag, and some other things in there as well. Now, looking at the M17 mask, you can notice that unlike the later versions, this does not have a drinking tube. Now, this was added with the M17A1 series starting in 1966, and this mask was actually manufactured in 1966, so it's possibly one of the last original M17s that were manufactured. And there's a date here on the exhale valve cover, and then there is also, let me find it, a stamp on the side of the mask right here. And then this is just the serial number of the mask. Now let's go ahead and put this on and continue the review. I've got my World War II M1 helmet here. And then I'm wearing an OG 107 top and bottoms. Let me go ahead and take the face form out and put the mask on. Alright, let me put the helmet over the mask. Alrighty then. Again, this is the same comfort level as the other M17 series of masks. I'd have to say, just in general, the fit is much better than the M9A1. Just with the cheek filters on here, it's a lot more balanced, and the cheek filters make it more lightweight versus having a heavy canister on one side or the other. And then the vision out of the M17 is just as good, if not better, than the M9A1. But you have the advantage of being able to put ballistic outserts on the M17 just for further protection from fragmentation and stuff like that. And with the addition of the voice diaphragm, the M17 series of masks, the communication is much better between troops. Just pretty much an improvement on the M9A1 series in every way. Now for this mask, when I originally got it, the disc valves were in horrible condition, so I actually had to get some new disc valves. I got 4 of them for not very much, and I replaced the 2 disc valves inside the nose, the oral nasal cup, and then on the inlet valves on either side over the pork chop filters. Let me go ahead and pull one off and I can show you. So it's just a little disc valve right there. The other ones were dried out and they were basically like paper. And then as you can see, these are the pork chop filters. They're made in 3 different types. The black ring was designed for training only and useful only against tear gas. There was one with a yellow ring and then a green ring, and those were both for nuclear, biological, and chemical scenarios. So if you've got a mask with black rings, it's got training filters in it, and the other colors, it's got the warfare filters in it. And those would be changed out every few months. Now, to change out the filters in the M17 series of masks, you have to unbutton the oral nasal cup from the inner portion of the mask, and then wrangle the pork chop filters out, and then shove the new ones back in. It's pretty difficult to do. And in a combat scenario, if you had to change your filters, then you'd be in trouble. But from what I understand, there would be a rotating shift, so where before the filters would expire, the troops would be rotated out. And then for this mask, there's two different types of hoods that you can use. There's the M6 hood, which just fits over the mask, as you've seen in my previous video. And then there's the M6A2 hood, which has a zipper down the middle for improved ventilation. And so you can use both those types of hoods. And they're a little bit tricky to install, and they can be pretty frustrating. And then I have both my masks equipped with the ballistic outserts. So there's the clear ones, and then there's the hard-to-find green ones. I still need to get my hands on a set of those. And then there are also tinted inserts for those ballistic outserts. So it's just the M17 is a great mask just to have as a collector. And I'm just happy that I was able to get my hands on a late production original M17 ABC mask. So let me just go ahead and take it off and do a quick look at the inside and the head harness. Alright, so now the head harness, it's a 6-point head harness made of fabric material. It's very stretchy, very elastic, and it's fully adjustable. And on the inside of the mask, you can see it's just basically like any other M17, but there's no drinking tube, or, as in the case of the M17A1, a resuscitation tube. Then you can see the oral nasal cup, and then possibly the buttons used to take out the pork chop filters. So it's a very cool mask, and I'm just happy that I was able to get my hands on one. So just making a quick video here. Make sure to comment and subscribe.